All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Bashim Yahshua, Hakakadash. Double honor to apostles who great millstone, and salutations to the elect, which we hope to be. It's your brother Hawatia. Got a quick blessing for you Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians, and Israelites who better shame of looking like heathens. We spirit bear witness that they're a child of Heavenly Father. In the name of Heavenly Father, Yahweh, who the word inly calls Jehovah, God of Yahweh. In the name of Heavenly Son, that's Yahweh Shah, who the word inly calls Jesus Christ, Jesus Christus, you should. So I got a quick lesson. And yeah, the Christus, now you all know it's Holy Spirit, whether you believe it or not. And I'm going to read this from Ashayar Yasharala, and it says Fresh and Fit, which is a talk show, podcast show, right? It says are demonetized on YouTube, so he's making money off it. It says, according to the sources, they are currently demonetized because of their controversial topics about the roles of men and women, you know. So it's just like the Kevin Samuels shows. You see, pretty much, women will go and look for advice for a man and stuff. You know what I'm saying? When it comes down to, you know, the different things and stuff that feminism probably promised them. You know what I'm saying? And uh, you know, and the thing is that so first thing they do is they'll look for a male's perspective of promise because majority of the promise and stuff when it comes down to the ideals, they want a marriage, a good husband, they want this, that, and the third, and so they'll come and look for a male's perspective, look for what a man would say and whatnot and stuff. You see, and the thing is that well, I keep reading. It says that they can't go to the women and stuff who's pro-woman or where the woman's supposed to be the man, like where the reversals need to be reversed. You know what I'm saying? Uh, uh, and let's just say it like this: women women care about equality when it's convenient for them. You see, but when it's on the other foot and whatnot and stuff, it's like nah. They're the victim. They like to play it that way. Or when it's convenient and stuff, guess what? Where there's benefits and materialistic things and stuff, guess what? That's when they want to be the head of the household. You know what I'm saying, right? That's where you get, I don't need a man, I got money. But in the end, you still made the government, which is ruled by a man and stuff, pretty much your husband, you see? But anyways, it says, it says, I don't know the complete reason why this happened. It says, but the celebration from women on TikTok is going wild. So they're celebrating uh, uh, this man that brings out good points. He ain't the only one. You know, you had the MGTOW, you had the Kevin Samuels, and you had a lot of individuals and stuff who agreed. It was a lot of individuals and stuff who agreed with the fact that you had women that agree. You had certain women and stuff who push off the same message and stuff when it comes down to these men. You know what I'm saying? But guess what most women do? They trail away from that. And they trail away from it and stuff. Why? Because it doesn't put them in power. And actually, no, what it does, according to the Bible, for a lot of these women and stuff, more than likely to be Christian, the thing is, it actually does put them in power and whatnot. But as in, I'm going to get that scripture. As in Genesis, I think it's 3, maybe 3 and 14, but I get it. You know what I'm saying? According to that scripture in a New Living Translation Bible, it says that she'll seek to rule over her husband, and that's not just her husband. That spirit has been pushed out when it come down to complete when it come down to men, period. And if you come up against that, you're a misogynist. You're a misogynist. you're a woman hater. It gets unfair unto that point. You know what I'm saying? So it says Esau doesn't want to pay people who brings out truth because they're not necessarily and stuff uh, bringing out Bible verses. They're not teachers of Yahweh Shai. You know what I'm saying? But the points that they make and whatnot, yeah, we can probably use biblical points. You know what I'm saying? For those who know, right? But at the same time, you know, you know, what is that? What is that? Amazon? No, the Amazon. When it comes down to the women or Wonder Woman and stuff, it's individuals and stuff who are where it's all women and whatnot and stuff, and men are the slaves. See, a lot of women and stuff think that the Lord had made a mistake. And also, when you bring out Jeremiah 31 and 22, where it says, "A woman shall compass a man," in their mind and stuff, uh, they think the Lord turned over a new leaf. When really, with them having more power over the man and being a weaker vessel, was a punishment on the man and them. You see, so keep reading. It says, and these women hate being there's these it says and these women and most of these guys and stuff, guess what, they either learn through someone else and stuff, and it's been more likely trial and error. That's why I say it like this: women that call men dogs, they don't want, like, say if uh say if a man that's like he could be either called a dog or he either be called a player or something like that, and I'm talking about, like, the real older cats and whatnot. The thing is that, say if they see like men that's simple, they all love dovey. Say if there's a woman and whatnot and stuff, it's like telling a younger woman, as it says in Ezekiel 16:4, I mean 16:40, 43 44, I believe, right? Uh, that proverb. Well, I'm gonna go to the scriptures, Lord willing. When it comes down to it and stuff, women will put other women on how to manipulate men. You know what I'm saying? And then you'll also have men out there who you'll have men out there and stuff. Well, even if they're dogs and whatnot and stuff, right? Woo to woo. Or the thing is that the knowledge that they can give to bring to light of how a woman would sit up here and misuse a man just to get what she wants, and they can see that this guy and stuff is being a sucker for love and don't want to get him hurt. At least it's like, at least be knowledgeable about this. Choose who you want, how you feel and stuff, and how you care for them and stuff. That's cool. When you see this, that, and the third, guess what? They trying to play tricks with you. See, right, right. So it says, and these women hate being who they are, or they're supposed to be, which is servants for their husband. This place gotta go, right? And the thing is that in their spirit, when it says servants and stuff, they think that they finna walk around with rags and with rags and stuff and a chain. They think they finna walk with rags and stuff and a chain with a 100-pound ball and stuff behind it. With a 100-pound ball and stuff behind it. That's what they think, and it's like, nah, it ain't like that. And guess what? A lot of the women and stuff who believe that, who's going by that feminism thing, a lot of the women that's doing the feminist thing and stuff, well, it was still more likely ruled by women and stuff and simple men. And guess what happened and stuff? Got them destroyed. I mean, no, not destroyed. Well, some of them are destroyed. You know what I'm saying? Because they see that the power is being taken away, so they're doing anything that they can and becoming monstrous and becoming monsters with it, right? And just right, motherfuckers come outside. You see. But anyways, um, I want to grab this. Uh, they become monsters and stuff, where they become their own enemy. You know what I'm saying? And then when things jack up and whatnot and stuff, it's got to be the men's fault. And then it was this one thing that was a poster. You know what I'm saying? And it was an old post uh, where you had a black woman and stuff, right? And it's not just the black woman and stuff. It'd be other nations. It'd be women and stuff who likes the westernization mind frame. And pretty much what happened is this. This is what happens. They they uh, 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 so like what they like to do, I mean, even in that thought process and stuff, it messes them over. It's like, so I'm gonna read this. It says the host of Manosphere broadcast, Fresh and Fit, choked up after announcing, so like annoying. It says announcing it had been demonetized on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? And pretty much stuff when it comes down to this, especially that part where it says that the women were celebrating on TikTok and stuff and going wild. Guess what? The Lord's going to put you all in a situation where you're going to get humbled. You know what I'm saying? Because your way, you've been in power. You know what I'm saying? You've been in power. That punishment in Jeremiah, matter of fact, this is Jeremiah. It's Jeremiah uh, 31 and 22. And it says, how long wilt thou go about, O thou backsliding daughter? Right now, this is Israel together. It says, for the Lord have created a new thing in the earth, a woman shall compass a man. So for a long time and stuff, you all been able to be in a position and stuff to uplift the woman. Who run the world? Girls, right? You've been placed in that position and stuff to do these things. You know what I'm saying? And where you had your reign, when you had your rulership, and yet for some reason and stuff, it still came crashing down and stuff. Why? Because it wasn't the order that Yahweh Shai and stuff had created when it come down to you all. You see, yeah, you still have rulership and whatnot and stuff, but you're number two when it comes down to the man, and you all have beef with that. But look what happened. Look what happened. We have Esau Edom. He put you on the pedestal and whatnot and stuff. Had a whole bunch of men and stuff sit up here and trail you like a dog, with like how they do when it come down to the noses, to the butts. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is that you all like that. Your period of dominatrix and stuff has come to an end, and that's by you all's doing. That's by you all's doing, and that's why a lot of the women and stuff who are uh, uh, a lot of the women and stuff who are changing their ways and turning their ways uh, uh, from that Western mind frame and stuff. The Lord is being in their corner and stuff while you all still slowly crumbling forward. You see, and I know it's gonna be a lot of women and stuff who gonna get offended and whatnot and stuff. And if they doing that, if they trying to seek justice, And I also want to say this: if they're trying to seek justice and be like, uh, uh, if they're trying to seek justice, if they're trying to seek justice and whatnot and stuff, and, well, not justice, but if they think that's justice, and the thing is that they, I know it's a few of them who's like, oh, our prayers have been answered and whatnot and stuff, right? The thing is that really think about it. As Scripture says, the whole duty of man is to keep the commandments, right? And that also means you women as well, if you're expecting a blessing. What he's gonna do is that when it come down to real men or those and stuff who follow the scriptures to the best of their ability, men in the Lord and whatnot and stuff, you're gonna be presented as a red flag. And if you ever seen Big John, the lesbian homie, the first season, the last episode, he came to he came to he came to Big John house. You know what I'm saying? And when he refused and didn't act the same way as he was before, she had a shit face on her. And guess what? That's gonna come to a lot of you women because look what else is going on. The behavior, your monstrous behavior, or that bad brat behavior and stuff is being shown and stuff, and people are, and even the simps are like, I'm not dealing with this shit no more. Now you still got some guys out there and stuff, but they're they're awake. They're awake to the fact that you all like. It's like this: women don't like dogs, but they like to play the position like a dog ass nigga. You know what I'm saying? You see, that's what they like. You know what I'm saying? Because it puts them in power over the man. So I'm gonna grab this. I know the points are different. I'm just going off the post, and I'm gonna grab this. And this is an NLT. Bear with me. Then it comes to the. So going back to that Genesis, right? 3. I'm reading NLT. So it's 16. So this is the NLT and stuff, and this was uh, uh, this is for the woman and stuff after uh, disobeying the Lord. So this is Genesis chapter 3, verse 16. It says, "Then he said to the woman, I will sharpen the pain of your pregnancy." It says, "In pain ye will give birth." Now you know that women are well, human beings and stuff are mammals. They don't lay eggs, and they're not asexual, right? So with that being the case, uh, with that being the case and whatnot and stuff, you see every other mammal out there and stuff that's female, they go through the same birth process and stuff. They don't go through the same pain. Only the woman does. You see, because he represents all women. You see, right? And it's when it comes down to this particular punishment, and it says, in pain you will give birth. It says, and you will desire to control your husband, but he shall rule over you. You know what I'm saying? So when in that if it's still there, and in this man's podcast or TV show, have whichever way that they call it, the thing is that podcast, Fresh and Fit, he makes points and stuff where it's like, look, I'm gonna show toxic masculinity, which is real order of how a man and stuff supposed to live and conduct themselves, right? And that's even caused women to understand and be like, you know what, you're right. And then for women who tried it and stuff, women who tried it and stuff of being in the correct way and whatnot and stuff, that's what they started benefiting themselves even more. And then for the females, because there was another podcast, there was another video with this man's podcast and stuff, where this female, she was sitting up here, you know, because women want to get married, and pretty much what happened was that she was saying that she started losing weight, she started glowing, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? I know she didn't say that and stuff, but pretty much she started glowing. And everybody knows and stuff, when a woman down the dumps for a while, she gains weight. You know what I'm saying? She look all sad and depressed and whatnot and stuff. But then when something starts going good for her and stuff, she glow up. You know what I'm saying? She's smiling more. She's not with that snarl and whatnot and stuff. And her friends and stuff was saying, "Oh, you lost a lot of weight and stuff. I think that's not good for you and stuff." You know what I'm saying? Because misery loves company. You see? And once again, it's not just men who's bringing out these points. There's women who's bringing it out. Maybe they probably had an old-fashioned grandmother, like who knew that the man was first, right? Probably knew that the man was first and stuff. That started to fade away as Esau and wicked Israelites and whatnot and stuff wanted to keep the old past and stuff, to disagree with the old past and bring in a brand new way, which all it did was destroy. You see, but it destroyed the minds at that and stuff, right? So, but most women and stuff are getting it. Most women and stuff are getting it from from men who has experienced or taught before and stuff in that experience. Because first it was the MGTOW before Kevin Samuels came out. It was men going their own way when men was recognizing their when men was recognizing stuff. That guess what? I got some value too. It's not just the woman and stuff. You see, and then when that happened, when that happened, I don't want to hear none of that shit. But when that happened, uh, uh, you heard more and more women complain. You heard more and more women complain and whatnot and stuff. And then guys try to come back and stuff, or you still had simps out there who thought it was an opportunity, and then they was getting played with and stuff because you was looking porn as a beta male instead of alpha and stuff. And the thing is that they started changing from that, and it was more men and stuff, because men more likely complained. It was more men and stuff who was like, look, you know, this supposed to happen, that's supposed to happen. You know what I'm saying? Because a woman feels like that she shouldn't have to change, but a man's supposed to be her ideal man and stuff. You see? You know, So in the end, I'm looking at it this way, and I'm just lucky for the rambling, but I'm looking at it this way. Uh, uh, this is Proverbs, because these different videos and stuff are, or these different shows and podcasts and whatnot, is to give correction to the mind frame of you women, and then also, I mean, to get including the scriptures, right? Including the scriptures as well. Matter of fact, I'll get this. I'll get in the blue letter. Is to give you correction and whatnot and stuff, not only in in a worldly sense and whatnot and stuff, because most of this wisdom, this knowledge and stuff, guess where you can find the scripture upon it. You know what I'm saying? It's the beginning of all things, right? So look at it this way. Uh, 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 for those women and stuff to sit up here and for those women, and stuff to sit up here and to be rejoicing, for those women and stuff to be rejoicing for joy and whatnot and stuff, because now he can't get no money for his skill or his talent. You know what I'm saying? Guess what? Don't you know that was correction for you women? And if you can't even follow that and stuff, and he's coming from a worldly sense, unless he probably did like gave out, like different verses and stuff when it came down to uh, uh, maybe he did bring out like some Bible verses and whatnot. But in the end all be all of stuff, this is correction stuff for correct behavior. Right? Once again, when you had your power, when it came down to feminism, you know what I'm saying, and you was placed on the pedestal according to that affliction, Jeremiah 31:22, and it's been like that for a while, and women putting other women on game, you know, other women putting on women on game and stuff to dominate men. Stuff was working and stuff until it was like, you know what, this is not how it's supposed to be. Because guess what? That's what happened when you're proud. When you're proud and whatnot and stuff, you get on your high horse and stuff, and then guess what? You start slipping. You see, right? So then this is Proverbs 21, and it says warnings and instructions. It says well, in the King James version, it says, "He that being often reproved," meaning correcting and stuff, right? It says harden his neck. That's exactly what you women doing. The celebrating and whatnot and stuff. Then guess what? That means you want to stay wild. And guess what? Guys are sitting up here. It's like we already know that it's either two things. Canyon Samuels and stuff got destroyed. He got put to death. You know what I'm saying? By some woman who came on his show and didn't like what he said, which is wild already and stuff. Because then it's like, you know what, you don't have to listen to me. You can go somewhere else. And how many times and stuff he said that? But guess what? For some reason, we already know. You see it even on Family Guy. If you put a woman in her place, you know what I'm saying. You don't have to be with her. You just speak facts. If you put her in her place, or you sit up here and uh 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 or pretty much tell her bye when she thinking she the shit, guess what? She chase after you more, right? And I know it's probably a lot of women and stuff who is like, guess what? I'm gonna get Candace Samuels and whatnot and stuff. To the fact that somebody I think he was at a restaurant and stuff and somebody killed him, you know. And it just shows and stuff how destructive you women really want to be and whatnot and stuff. For the ones where the shoes fit and stuff, that guess what? You don't want to get corrected by these men and whatnot. Because once again, the different points that they make and stuff can slide right back to the Bible. And the only ones and stuff who will be part of the elect lady and stuff are going to be women and stuff who's going to get their shit together. You see, and it's more than likely and stuff going to be caused and stuff by a man. You see, because you know it says that he suffered not a woman to teach. So I read it again. So this is Proverbs 29:1. It says, "He that being often reproved harden his neck." You know what I'm saying? And as you can see in the NLT, what's the main thing about being hard in your neck? You become stubborn, right? It says shall suddenly be destroyed, and it says and that without remedy. What is the remedy? You know what I'm saying? What's that old song? Juicy, I think his name Juicy J was in there. Nah, not Juicy J. What's that old song says? She's like, I think I need my medicine. Woo the woo. Well, guess what? This is the medicine. You got guys and stuff that's in the world who probably don't lean upon the Bible, or they live some other type of way and stuff. But then it's like a correct way and stuff that women are supposed to live. You know what I'm saying? When you check them and stuff, they get destructive. They get destructive. You see, they get destructive, and they gonna get some other dude. You know what I'm saying? And get some other dude and stuff to wipe you off the face of the earth and whatnot and stuff. When really she wanted to treat you unfairly and stuff because of the resources she thought would more than likely be hers if she got with you. And that's why a lot of guys and stuff sit up here and stay away from murder. I mean, it's like it. Stay away from they stay away from marriage and whatnot and stuff because it's gonna murder their pockets. Because as soon as she dry you up and whatnot and stuff, she gonna toss you to the side and find a person and stuff. And guess what? That's what they gonna do. And they want to continue in this process and whatnot and stuff. But guess what? Men are not trying to go for it anymore. And we seeing that, guess what? A lot of these women and stuff are getting desperate, where it's like, no, I'm going to keep my power no matter what. They're turning into that female and stuff from Empress New Groove, the crone, that gray skinned lady and stuff who wanted the Empress spot. You see, and we've seen the eligibility and stuff that women been able to get and whatnot. So when it come down to verse 2, you know what I'm saying? Because Apostle Bar already said it. It said all you women and stuff, hey, where the shoe fits, wear. But when it comes down to it and stuff, it says when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. Apostle Bar has said that. Uh, uh, Apostle Bar has said that. Uh, he has said that. He has said that. He has said that men represent order and women represent chaos. If a woman has a misunderstanding, she ready to mess you up all the way. And that feeling and stuff can be so strong that guess what? She want to ask questions later. You see, find out that she messed up. That she misunderstood. You know, and this is how a lot of women are natural. Why? Because they're based off their emotions. They're based off their feelings and whatnot and stuff. You see, really, nah. But that's what it is. That's what it is. That's what it is. And it said, so it says when the righteous are in authority, but it says the people rejoice. And guess what? Even in this wicked kingdom stuff, the thing is that guess what? You got men out there that do show care, do show love, but guess what? It's a two-sided thing. It's just not one-sided. Even though that's how it's been for a while, but guys are not going to deal with that anymore. So therefore, and stuff, that happy wife, happy life, that's one-sided. You know, you know, so that's it's like it says when the righteous are in authority, men are trying to sit up here and be in that righteousness. Men are trying to be in that righteous and whatnot and stuff. And women call it toxic masculinity and stuff because men are able to find their value. And it's like, no, it's gonna have to be me and you, not just you. And that's problematic for them. It says the people rejoice. It says, and there's women who got themselves together for the scriptures, or even when it comes down to the men who's making sense, right? It says they rejoicing, they glowing, losing weight, getting themselves together, and they're more happy, and there's less arguments. It says, but when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. You all been placed in position, so like you all been placed in a position and stuff where you all had this power and stuff, but not only did you mess over other guys, you also mess over yourselves. And I'm gonna say it like this, and mess up the chances for other women. And I'm gonna say it like this, it's because now, you all want to rule with an iron fist. You want to rule with an iron fist, and the thing is that you've gotten men to the point where it's like, you wanted men to be scared and stuff. And I know most men ain't scared of you, but if that's what you wanted men to be scared of you. The thing is that you got what you wanted, but guess what? It backfired instead. Why? Because if it's of men, it will come to naught. You see, if it's of men, it will come to naught. In fact, if I can find that. Yeah, see, this is Acts 5 and 38. It says, "And now I say unto you, refrain from these men and let them alone." It says, "For if this counsel or this work be of men, it will come to naught." You got to understand that Esau, Edom, and stuff, you know, full blood spirit Caucasian, and not every individual and stuff who look like that doesn't mean you're an Edomite. You could be an Israelite. And I would say it like this: they created their system or their society and stuff to that works off their vibration. You know what I'm saying? You know, and women are opportunists and stuff when it comes down to power. You know, and with that being the case, it's still of men and stuff, and yet you see that it's coming to naught. I'm gonna grab this. This is this is yeah, it's Malachi 1, and I think 4. Malachi 1 and 4 says, "Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished," it says, "but we return and build the desolate places." Right? It says, the desolate places and whatnot and stuff, right? So when it desolate goes into being destroyed, yeah, to build up. And every time they try to build up and try to make things and stuff a little bit better and stuff, we see it come crashing down even faster before. You see? You know? So I just wanted to make that point. You know, matter of fact, uh, I'll say this. I'll get this one. This is Romans. This is Romans 8. No, it's not Romans. It's like, it's Isaiah 8 and 20. Isaiah 8 and 20. And it says, to the law and to the testimony, if they speak not according to this word, it is because there is no light in them. So we already seeing stuff when it come down to that understanding stuff. When it came down to old boy, how they was rejoicing and stuff that is paid. Well, he can't make no money. The thing is that just shows how that just shows that guess what? It's a lot of women and stuff who want to be rebellious and stuff. And guess what? They think it's cute. And guess what? You finna look real ugly. You finna look real ugly, and you finna look real ugly and stuff. And when you recognize the stuff that you need a man and stuff in that time, guess what? You've burnt the bridge and stuff that you uh, 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 can't rebuild and don't know how to rebuild. I also say like this: there was a woman on World Star Hip Hop things years ago, and I think it was a joke. You know what I'm saying? You know, but there's a lot of women out here like this. Pretty much what happened was that um, pretty much what happened was that uh, uh, she pretty much, it was like she was crying. I think she made jokes and whatnot, but she was crying, she was upset and whatnot and stuff. It was no tears, but she just had, the crunchy eyes. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is that the squinty eyes and whatnot and stuff. And the thing is a black woman. You know what I'm saying? The thing is with brown skin, because not everybody with brown skin and stuff is black. So you can be Native American, shit, your ass can be a Latina. You know what I'm saying? You could be a Dominican Republican, right? But I'm gonna say it like this. She was like, I don't know why I'm like this, but I need a boyfriend and stuff, and just handle this and stuff for me and whatnot. You see? You know, you know, just handle this for me and whatnot and stuff. And the thing is that it's bothering people. Is that behavior is bothering people. It's not working for you, and it's not working for you. And it also gives bad instruction and stuff onto other women and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of women and stuff who can see it and stuff. It's like, you know what, this way ain't working. You see. So I hope this video was edifying. I'd like to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Bashem Yahshua, Harakakadash, double honor to apostles and great millstone, Salutations to your elect, which you ought to be. Shalom, with Baba Kwame Yasharala. One more thing from that Jackie Chan TV show from my childhood and stuff, right? Uh, uh, if you all can't get this information correct, how much more? How much more can you? Like if you can't get this guy and stuff, and he's coming from just male's perspective and whatnot, and different experiences and whatnot. So who's to say if he reads the Bible or not? The thing is that if you can't get him and you rejoice that he can't get no money for the points that he make, how in the world you think you finna get you a man of Lord? And at the same time, for all you women that say that you're married onto Yahweh Shai, we know that's not the truth and whatnot. You know what I'm saying, and that you have the wrong perspective because this will be masculine. This will be toxic masculinity. You know what I'm saying, to a lot of you women and whatnot. You know, you know, and he's a man of authority. You see. So that should let a lot of you women know. So guess what? It's time to change and time to repent. And I was watching a brother earlier from North Carolina, and he was sitting up here saying, I don't know, I think brother's name is Awab, or maybe Awab and stuff, right? So like if I have it wrong, the thing is that guess what? Uh, uh, there's more women and stuff on this earth. So most of the 2/3 and stuff are going to be women. Well, if they're Israel, you see, you know, and and with that being the case, you know what I'm saying, that means that they're not going to change, you see, and they're going to get more and more destructive and stuff, you see, right? So I was just edifying, like to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahshua, Hakakadash, double honors to apostles, a great millstone, and salutations to your elect, which you have to be. Shalom, wa Baba, Kwam, Yasharala.